What?
An elder bug on your shirt.
Weekend in review. Somebody spent a lot of time in the kitchen this weekend.
A lot of time was spent on these floors and on this counter. I think we mentioned maybe last weekend that when we were at the cabin, we were driving home and I'd mentioned I want to pick up some apples, and there's quite a few orchards up there, and we picked up 2 half bushels of apples.
Oh, here he is again.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, so we got 2 half bushels of apples, and I just started on the one, and we're going to make a whole bunch more applesauce because I'm going through that first batch I made so fast. I'm going to try to do some no sugar this time because my father-in-law can't have sugar, and sometimes at dinners we serve apples just as dessert. Applesauce. And then with all this, like the peels and stuff, I'm making apple juice concentrate. Got one quart so far. So we're going to see how much we actually get. I'm not sure I'm going to get a full 4 quarts this time. And check on the applesauce. With my Sow the Land little spoon I got. They're getting soft. Got a ways to go yet. It's that time when you need smell-o-vision though. It smells good. All I did was I put a little cinnamon and honey in it.
So yeah, while she was busy in the kitchen, she did take some time during the day and called and scheduled a hay delivery for us.
Straw delivery.
It's been a lot of hay and a lot of straw today. A straw delivery for Friday evening. So while she was wrapping up her thing, I took a trip back out to the goat pen. And if you take a look at this footage here, you can see some of the bales of hay from the goat shelter that we built for them are missing, and the wall's starting to collapse.
Yes, I think you can see on that back wall how you can see skylight out of there, and it's because they're eating the lower layers enough that it's falling down now.
Right, exactly. So in the background of this same footage, you can see a truck with a trailer with 40 bales of straw that we got from a guy just down the street. Delivered the whole thing for $15.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I mean, that wasn't how much the straw cost, but the delivery fee for $15, it'd be 2 or 3 trips with our trailer. So the intent behind this hay is not working. We gotta replace all of this hay with straw, something that they're not going to consume, or at least the lower portions.
Yeah, we don't know when we're going to get to it this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, but at least it's here that we can work on it. Well, once he got done with that, came back in, my applesauce wasn't nearly ready for canning Friday night. I cooked it and I stayed up way later than I normally do. He's like, "You're still not done." But I just let it go, and I'll pick it back up Saturday morning. As much as I intended to just jump right into applesauce Saturday morning, I think we've mentioned it many times before. I wake up bright and early, go do my animal chores. He's still cuddled up in that electric blanket upstairs. I go outside. Oh my gosh, winter came. Snow everywhere. I go out there. Guys, we weren't ready. We weren't ready at all. It was Ice Crisis 2018. Every single animal water frozen solid.
Chicken, goats, pigs.
Yes.
Froze.
Froze. Like, and we have the great big huge blue water barrels. Froze. I'm panicking because I don't need a lecture. I know I should have been ready. I wasn't for whatever reason. So I did everything I could think of. I went and ran inside, got 5-gallon buckets of hot water to try to thaw out their waterers. I got coffee mugs of hot water to try to thaw out the nipple waterers. Of course, the hose is frozen, so I can't use that. Put in a bucket for the pigs with water. They just knocked it all over. I'm like, I'm near the point of tears now. So I jump in the car. I forgot first that I had gotten pig feed out of the back of the car this morning, and chicken feed was in my way, so I just set it next to the vehicle, not thinking that there was going to be this emergency. Anyway, I jump in the car to run to TSC to get water. What do you call those things?
Heaters.
Water, those submergible heater things. Ran right over the chicken feed like a mad woman running out of the house. Get to TSC, get the submergible water heaters as fast as I can, rush back home. Thankfully, Todd's awake. I fill him in on what's going on. He says, well, we don't have enough electrical cords to run all these things. He runs to Harbor Freight, gets some electrical cords. We get all those ran, get the submergible heaters in the waters, and crisis averted.
They work well.
They do work so good. I'm really happy we have them now. So it's like 9 o'clock. We've typically already had our nice, lovely breakfast by then. I, of course, was not feeling Miss Susie Homemaker by any means at this point in time. I just wanted to get some food in our bellies so we can get on with our day at this point. So quick, easy breakfast.
We got to spend some time with Cameron. He was home.
Yes, we did. And lately, we don't see as much of him because he's focused on other things right now. So got a nice little chit chat with our son while he was home.
And after that, it was back to apples.
Second round. So I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I've got about 16 mix of quarts and pints in the canner of the applesauce, and now I'm using this last half bushel to make some apple butter. But it's really loud in here right now.
So while Rachel was working on that, I wrapped up our black garlic video. If you haven't checked that one out, we'll put a link right up here for you guys.
Yeah, let me go grab a clove and show you real quick. It turned out so amazing. I love it. Like, that night, I was like, I could eat this whole plate.
It was good.
It is so good, guys. Oh, if you even slightly like garlic, please try it for me and tell me what you think. While Todd was editing his video, I was patiently waiting for this last half bushel of apples to turn into apple butter. And we're getting super, super, super close. So the way to tell when your apple butter is ready is I don't have a spoon, but if you got a spoon and it kind of stayed in a clump on your spoon, or if you get a plate and you drop a spoonful on there and liquid doesn't run out of the ring, you know it's ready. So we're getting really, really thick, and it smells so good in the house right now. I'm not sure how much I'll get. I'm gonna guess 9 pints. So yeah, I totally thought I estimated 9 pints of apple butter. I got like 15 pints of apple butter. I'm not complaining. I've already given 2 away, so that always makes us happy when we have extra to give away. And there's like 2 that I didn't can that are just in like bowls in the fridge for consumption right away. But all the apples were wrapped up by the end of Saturday, and I was ready to get off my feet. So we just chilled with whatever little time we had left. I don't even know what time I finished Saturday night. But Sunday I woke up feeling much happier. All the waters were not frozen and I got to be creative in the kitchen. I forgot to get filming of what I did. I really want to share this recipe with you though. It turned out really good. He was like, what is that? In a good way. And I never made anything like it before. It was a baked oatmeal with, like, you layer sliced bananas on the bottom, put your oatmeal in some blueberries and honey, and you bake that first, and then some oatmeal, and then blueberries on top, and then you bake all that. It was heavenly.
Mm-hmm. And if you've seen our cabin videos, you know I like my blueberry oatmeal.
Oh yeah, it was really, really good. But I had company scheduled to come over, so I needed to get a chicken. Oh, we forgot to mention that. Friday I also, did we even talk about Friday? Yeah. Friday
apples.
The apples. Yeah. Friday I went antique shopping a little bit at a store I never frequent, and I always just go with my eyes wide open, not knowing what I'm going to see. And I found this most amazing pot. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I went to, well, I had to go to Secretary of State, and it's in a town, not in our town. And next to it was a Salvation Army store that I've never really frequented. So I went in there, and I always just look, see what cool finds I can find. And I saw this cool pot, and I need a Dutch oven for the cabin. And tell you, I don't know if it's going to make it there now. And put your hands in there, because my hand was just all over the chicken. And this, need it in the cabinet. Okay. This pot was there. It had this cool lid all over it and just looked so cool. Well, I picked it up and looked underneath it, and it was it's a Wagner, guys. I'm like, shut up. And if you don't know what Wagner is, it's a truly vintage, typically cast iron company that I always look for when I go antiquing. It used to be Griswold till like 1954 or something like that. And it's, what was it called? Like
Magna Bake.
Magnolite, I think it was called, or Magnacast or something. Anyway, it was only $16 marked. I think, honestly, Todd, it was on sale. I got it for $9. And we got home and we looked it up on eBay. They go for like $50, so I totally got a score. I'm really excited about that. Anyway, just throwing the chicken in the oven, and I don't know for sure what I'm gonna make. It's gonna be at least 2 or 3 meals for us. I'll bake it, and then I'll pull all the meat off for either chicken pot pie today or chicken and dumplings. Then we'll probably make a soup or something later this week. Isn't it cute though? Super cute. Let me see if I can show you the bottom. Yeah. Can you see that?
Wow.
So yeah, I left the chicken in the oven while I went to church.
And I had some, we've already mentioned at least once in this video that we were not ready for winter. I think we have close to 300 feet of garden hose that runs from our house all the way out back to the pig pen, to the goat pen. We use it to water our garden. None of that was put away for winter. All still had water in it. So we got all the hoses disconnected, got all the water drained, got all the hoses coiled up. And then the turkey/chicken tractor, that needed to be put away. There wasn't not a lot of work there other than we removed the tarp. We don't leave the tarp on it over winter because the snow will just destroy it. And then I moved it out back behind the shed where it'll be out of the way for the winter.
But at least we're a little bit closer. I think the next scary temperature is like Wednesday or something like that. It really drops down.
Oh, I think like the lows this week are in the 20s at night. But you got back and your chicken was ready.
Yep, my chicken was ready, and I had every intention on filming me making this wonderful pot pie for you guys. And Todd's got a new microphone on this camera, two things. I don't know I have to turn it on. I should have turned it on. We're also struggling with this thing picking up our sound correctly. So even if I would have gotten it, it wouldn't have been any good. But here's me gloriously making my chicken pot pie.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing that we're struggling with this camera is being outside.
Oh yeah, just the camera, not even so much the microphone, just the camera.
Right. It's cold temperatures. It seems like we get down to like 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything down below that, you're outside. You hit the record button. And you can come back 5 seconds later, 30 seconds later, it'll just randomly stop recording. It's like the camera just shuts itself off. Full battery charge, everything. So speaking of being outside, goats. So the goat house. It's a really bad idea to make a house for somebody out of food. We learned pretty quick. Either that or they really wanted windows because they started eating holes all the way around in different places.
And then it started collapsing.
And then it wrecked the integrity. And we found a good deal on 40 bales of straw, much less appetizing. Nick came out here and gave me a hand. We ripped down the entire structure, rebuilt it from the ground up using the bottom 3 rows of straw. And then put the top 2 rows of hay, and then any spot that was dirty, that's what we faced out. So hopefully it'll discourage eating and it'll last. Otherwise they're going to freeze this winter.
I think that'll be good.
We'll have to move them to the shed, but I think things will be fine from this point forward.
Yeah, they're not even acting like they're interested in it at all. They're eating out of their hay feeder like they should be. So that's good.
Yes.
First time that they've done that since we built this thing. We had about 2 more bales of hay to move out by the bees, and our company showed up. Todd's mom and dad came over.
Yep, and I did get about 9 bales of hay, very, very heavy hay, moved out to the bee yard and set up a little perimeter. Not super tall, more of like a long shape from the direction that the wind typically comes from. Yeah, I think it's going to help a lot. So we came in and the pot pie was getting ready to come out of the oven. Mm-hmm. You guys, Marie calendars, that was a good pot pie. Everything homegrown, except of course like the flour and stuff. We don't raise our own wheat. But from chicken from our farm, the peas, the carrots, homemade roux gravy. Oh, it was so good. You did good, Mama. It was so good. And we had banana nut muffins for dessert with our honey. We had quite the weekend. It was a busy one. It was. Watching all the footage back, I'm like, wow, we got a lot done. Mm-hmm. And I had quite a few things on my list that I didn't even get to this weekend still. So. Oh, really? Yeah. We'd love to hear what you guys are up to on the weekend. It's always fun to compare notes with other friends. Mm-hmm. Definitely not from who's doing better or who's doing worse, but like, oh yeah, I should have done that too. Right, because in some ways we failed a lot this weekend. Yes, we did. Big time. But we're going to learn, and next year we'll be ready. Hopefully. Readier. Last winter we only had chickens. That's true. It was easy. This winter we have chickens, pigs, goats. So. Hope you guys have a good week. Stay tuned. Don't forget Tuesday Night Live here. 9 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out with us. Please. That? Sure. It's going to be a lot of...